Well, the guys are back. They got the piece that was wrong, which goes right up there. They got it re-engineered, which is good. Been moving some of the cars out. They need a little space here, so I'm gonna move the Corvette out. So we'll probably have a door today. That's awesome. It's a nice day. It's supposed to be up in the 40s. It's foggy. Yeah. Wednesday. Man, I love those Skyjacks. Those are so awesome. And I love the trailer, the tilt. Yeah, I'll be back. So they're taking down the rails here, replacing them with new ones. Apparently it was a problem, it was a size issue. And because they're changing the height, they had to put new springs on, which are located way over there. They'll take those springs off. Didn't realize that a small adjustment in the height required new springs. Makes sense, yeah. Different height, different weights, everything. These guys are the usual machines. Very little chit chat. They're just out here to work, get the job done, which I appreciate. So I'll be back as time goes on. All right, these door panels were set up before. They're gonna slide that wheel into that channel. See how they rotate it? Sliding it in, bring it forward, and then they're gonna attach the wheel on the other side. See if we can go through the door. It's even open. Yep. Putting the wheel on the other side. These are all the panels that were pre-assembled last time and stored while they were waiting for the new parts here. These are apparently shorter. The other ones are too tall, which is why we have smaller springs. Yeah. It's moving right along. Looking good. Yeah. Awesome. It'd be nice to have the door. Keep the wind down. Yeah. Getting a little instruction on how to assemble the springs. Another panel is going up. Walking it in. Then bring it down. Pretty good. They're going to continue to do that all along. I'll be back. So now they're putting a horizontal rail on, which you can sort of see what they're doing. Yeah, that's a job I wouldn't like since I'm afraid of heights. They're preparing the last panel over there. Putting an adjustment tab up on the end. I think we'll step outside and take a look. And now we will. I'll be back. Well, I'm getting a little closer view here. So this piece here is called the drop. And the way they do it is they eyeball it this way. And then they adjust it, and you can see how they've got that adjustable strap up there on the top. So once they get the door in place, and they start operating it, they can then adjust it left or right depending on how the door operates. That's at least what Boyd was explaining to me. God, that thing is just moving right along. Oh, it's so nice. It'd be nice to have a door so that I can actually keep plastic on top of the cars, because the wind blows in, I can't keep the plastic on. And the plastic isn't a deal breaker, but it's nice to be able to keep the schmutz and dirt and smoke, all the stuff in the air, off of the car's paint, because they sit in here for 4, 5, 6 months. I'll be back. So I had a chance to talk to Boyd. Apparently springs are designed with life cycles, opening and closing. You can get industrial springs for buildings that can be 100,000 cycles. These are designed for 20,000. Most personal garages are 10,000, meaning you go up and down 10,000 times. They like to design the springs for the building because you have to have a certain spacing, because this is the wheel that attaches here, and that wheel obviously changes in size, as does the bearing and the springs, and it has to be a certain distance obviously from the wall. So if you have to upgrade, they basically have to change the springs, the wheel, and the spacing from the wall. Apparently the door can remain this in location. So that's interesting. So if you know you're going to be cycling your door a lot, or you don't want to have to replace it 10,000 cycles later, you start out from the beginning with the design for a bigger, heavier spring, which obviously costs more money. But if you're in a situation where that's what you need to do, that's what you do. So most residential doors are 10,000 cycles. Rainer always does 20,000 cycle, even on their residential. So I'll be back. All right, what did I just learn? They tune these springs. This is a double spring. Apparently in some of the big farm applications, they have 4 springs in each one. And these springs are sort of preset a little bit. And you see all these bolts here hold the double spring setup inside. And this is the end that they adjust. And how do I know they adjust it? You see those holes? You see these rods? When they adjust the springs, they stick the rods in these holes, loosen this, and then adjust it, tighten it, and then they see how well the door lifts and lowers, how much effort it takes. So apparently this takes a while. Hopefully we'll get to see it. That'd be fun. Ooh, now we're going to see the first springs being mounted. Those suckers are heavy. My gosh. There's the wheel for the cable. I'm impressed with anybody who thinks they can install their own door. I couldn't. I'd kill myself. Getting some more parts. This isn't a very good angle, but it's the only one I got. So they're going to take the double spring and mount it on those brackets, which makes sense. There's a little bit of glare, but that's just the way it is. So you see those red brackets there? That's what they're going to mount it on. And like I said, that sucker's heavy. And those metal pans there, they're actually installed to support the spring while they're doing the installation. It's not a functional part of the door. It's designed to help support it while they're doing the installation. Oh yeah, getting the bolts in. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, that's what the metal pans are for, to help support the weight. Because the sucker's heavy, as you can imagine. One of the guys was telling me that they actually installed some of these pans in some of the big barns over the entire spring on the top to cover it, so that the springs don't get destroyed by bird poop, pigeon poop. Very interesting. So I have to pay attention to that. And of course, they recommend that all this stuff be lubed annually. Boy, that'll be exciting. I'll have to figure out a way to get up there without killing myself. 16 feet. Oh yeah, it's gonna be an adventure. Good thing I know some guys who are like in their 20s who can be fearless and go up there. I'll be back. Well, as you can see, we're getting done. I'm gonna have to reach. Pretty impressive. Springs are up there. They're obviously adjusting it somehow. They're shaking it around, making sure it's good seal. Talk to you later. All right, folks, the door is finally installed. It's nicely balanced. I have it sitting so it's about 5 feet open. You just pull it down and you just wait a little bit and it balances out. It is not electric. I have to use a rope, which is fine. I mean, this is for storage of vehicles. It's not like it's a commercial structure. Doesn't be open and closed. Works great. I had to leave for a while. The guys finished while I was gone. Here it is from the outside. Let's see if I can get a bigger, wider picture. Nope, I can't. Phone won't let me. So I'm happy with it. Looks good. Have to use it for a few weeks to make sure it does what it's supposed to do. So I love everybody. Peace out.